nation to their freedom. That is one. The number two, we would like to understand the benefits and not just the benefits, the achievements of Biafran legacy going to court. These are the things that the audience would like you to make clarifications on. I believe that you are listening, and the lines will go if not clear, or to have you right now again so that you make clarifications on all these things that we have mentioned. And to you, our esteemed listeners, please, if you have not added all your friends to join this podcast, you have not sent out the link to all your friends and families to be part of this wonderful series. Please, you do not say that you do not get understanding about it. So we are having the barrister back here with us. Hello, barrister.
Barrister, are you there? Hello?
Hello, barrister, are you there?
I don't think the barrister is hearing us. I don't think he's hearing us at the moment. But we still...
Let me take this call. Hello? Hello? Yeah, everyone was international. Hello? We can't hear you clearly. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from, please. Sorry, please, we didn't get you clearly.
We are sorry
Hello,
for...
you might have to call us back again.
Yeah.
This is Biafra Voice International, aka Voice of Biafra. We're sorry about that network lapses. We believe, Barrister, are you there? The lines are playing pranks now, but we hope that we get it right and the network will become better for you to air your opinions and ask your questions, because right here we educate our people, we sensitize our people, we inspire our people and motivate them to understand and take up their indigenous identity, to acknowledge their indigenous identity. We are here to inspire you, we are here to educate you. Hello, Barrister, are you still here with us? I think the barrister is not here with us, and we want to have you right back again. We are still on the program. This is Biafra Voice International, as we have it on human rights and technical matters. Like we said before the pause came in, we are talking about the legal instruments that back the movement of indigenous people of Biafra, where the Biafra people view their power or their autonomy freedom. For now, we want to understand that we not empowered in Nigeria to antagonize, to attack, to create the Biafran activists.
Hello?
Yeah, we have you right back again.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, please let me know the questions.
Yeah, the first question that we're going to treat now is how to form
How
level the Biafran movement, their agitation to self-determination, how let's that.
Barrister, did you hear him?
hello?
Yeah,
I didn't hear what you said. You said how what?
How legal is our movement, the movement and the agitation of Biafra?
Wow, that has been settled. There was a policy statement. There were some publications signed into law, which was circulated to the whole world. It's very clear. So I don't know whether you have not got it. This should be. You should use this material to teach the world, because human rights is inalienable. Human rights is fundamental issue of law. Human human rights. No, there is no law against human rights. All peoples have rights to self-determination. It is human rights. So there is no offense when someone wants to stand up for his rights. There's no offense at all. So it is legal. As long as you're not committing any crime in the course of standing up for your rights, then you have rights to agitate for your freedom. We are, the government of indigenous people of Biafra has published the document, circulated it to the whole world. And if what we are doing is illegal, then Nigerian government should arrest us. It's a simple thing. So people should know that this is legal, it is lawful. That's why we are bold to go to court, and we stay in court, and we challenge the Nigerian lawyers, and we are arguing, both lawyers arguing in court. It is legal. Every person should know that what we are doing is legal. Otherwise, Asorok should have arrested us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, I have a question for the barrister. It was something we discussed on Wednesday when the doctor was here. It came in a legal terms, but the doctor tried his best to try to make some clarification, and at the same time he said, in case he stand corrected, in case today you come in and if there's anything he said that is wrong from the answer you are going to give, based on the question I'm going to ask, you better do that. And the question goes as follows. People are saying, because they heard the information and they keep asking, how can it be that the indigenous people of Biafra did not take Nigeria to court, but it's the BVI who is abusing where they said is a human rights organization can take a nation to court? So why is it not the indigenous people of Biafra themselves? Why create BVI for that issue?
All right. And the first thing is, indigenous people of Biafra in Nigeria is not a legal entity. The word indigenous people of Biafra is not a legal entity in Nigeria. So, and it's only a legal entity that can sue or be sued. And that was why BVI Human Rights sued that's indigenous people of Biafra sued in representative capacity. Every lawyer knows that a body that is not a legal entity can only sue or be sued in a representative capacity. For instance, your village, maybe Umofia village meeting. Umofia village meeting cannot sue in court. They can only sue in a representative capacity. They cannot sue. Umofia village meeting is not a legal entity and therefore cannot sue or be sued, but it can sue in a representative capacity. So Biafra, as you now know, Biafra is not a sovereign state yet. Indigenous people of Biafra are not sovereign yet. Therefore, they cannot sue or be sued unless in a representative capacity. So, in that case, the Supreme Council of Elders signed a power of attorney for the human rights organization to sue on behalf of Biafra. This is a legal issue. Only lawyers will understand it. And those who maybe will try to understand, because indigenous people of Biafra, we created indigenous people of Biafra under section 40 of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. But as a body, an unregistered body under customary law of the people who remained alive after the war. So it is a body, but it cannot sue or be sued unless in a representative capacity. This is a very simple thing lawyers understand, that every body, every unregistered body, when I say an unregistered body, that is a body that is not a legal entity. It cannot sue unless in a representative capacity.
Okay. I hope that the people who ask the question are getting information. We are here to give answers to your question. from the voices of the people who knows how the answers of the question best. Chinedu, you can go on now if you have something, please.
Yes, from what in addition to what you said, Barrister, what you are trying to imply about the indigenous people of Biafra is not a corporate entity. That's a corporate entity that can sue directly, but in a representative capacity, they can authorize a body, an attorney, to sue on their behalf.
Yes. Well, you see, the body that is in court now is indigenous people of Biafra. The plaintiffs in court, that is claimants in court, they are indigenous people of Biafra. But they are suing in a representative capacity. It's just like appointing an agent to act for you.
So, so that, Barrister, if you clarify us, there was no possibility for us to do it our own without an agent. That's what the law doesn't allow that.
No, unless indigenous people of Biafra, unless now, for instance, the House of Assembly or House of Assembly or any of the distinct creates indigenous people of Biafra as a statutory body. Pass a law now.
Yeah.
Pass a law now and create indigenous people of Biafra as an entity under the law. Then he can now sue.
Okay, is the Sharia
because it is not going to register in the company house. For instance, the one that Nnamdi Kanu and Ucheme for registered in England as Indigenous People of Biafra Limited. Yes, it has become a limited liability company. A limited liability company can sue or be sued, but that is not Biafra. It's a limited liability company. Because if you look at it now, go and check in the company's house. If you register a limited liability company, the articles of association and memorandum of association will tell you the business of that company. It's a limited liability company whose business is commercial trading.
Okay.
Before we proceed, when you talk about the statutory body and indigenous people of Biafra being a statutory body that can only be enacted by law or by the act of parliament. Now, the situation now is the indigenous people of Biafra in court. What do you think is the benefit of it? Because a lot of people looking into Nigerian Jewish system, a lot of people do not have confidence in Nigerian Jewish system to give Biafra people justice. What fail or what are the benefits after going to court that this going to court and actually achieve for Biafra people? What are the benefits in Biafra people for going to court and getting judgment?
Okay, the first thing is that what we did by filing the case in Nigerian court is what the law says that must be done. Any people looking for independence must address their petition to the same sovereign government that is holding them. Go to your Bible and see it. That when Moses and Israelites wanted independence, who did they address their petition to? Who did they address their anger to? Who did they challenge? They challenged the sovereign state, the sovereignty. That is the Pharaoh of Egypt. That was the place they filed their petition. Let my people go. They addressed the sovereign government. That is Pharaoh. You don't go outside. You must start from within. That is the law. It's basic. It's even spiritual law. It's even biblical. So Biafra must challenge the person that is holding them right in Nigeria. And that is why it has to start in Nigerian court. And that is even also the international law. International law says before you can go to international court, you must exhaust the domestic remedy within Nigeria. So if we had gone to international court straight to file the case, they would have thrown it away. And then some people will begin to laugh at us and say, look at lawyers, they didn't even know the law. So you must file in Nigeria first. And then if Nigeria now plays some tricks or plays some pranks, then you have reason to to appeal to outside Nigeria, to go to a higher court, maybe court West Africa, or an African Union Court, or International Court in The Hague, the World Court, ICJ. So the case must originate from Nigeria. That is number one. Number two, it was necessary for this case to start in Nigeria to be able to give the Biafrans what is called judicial immunity. You know what is judicial immunity?
Explain to us.
Judicial immunity is that judicial immunity means any person that is in court is protected by the powers of the court. And any matter that is in court, nobody should do anything against that matter until it is over, until that case is over. So we put Biafran structure on the ground immediately. Biafran structure was put on the ground. The Supreme Council of Elders was formed. The government was created, instituted, and they signed the document. It was the Council of Elders that signed the document that was used in filing the case in court. In other words, the government was established before the case. It was the government, the Council of Elders, that signed the document that authorized that case. In other words, the government had existed before the case was filed in court.
Okay.
And what it means is this: as long as this case is in court, the government has legitimacy, protection by the powers of judiciary. Nobody can touch the Council of Elders. Nobody can touch all the Biafrans that are under the Council of Elders until this case is over. And that means it now gives the Biafrans the time to organize themselves, to put their house in order, to run their government effectively while the case continues. Nobody can touch you because you have judicial immunity. In fact, no police officer can even enter the office.
Yeah, Barrister, if we will make it clear,
Nigeria.
If we should make it clear, because now, you know, there are people and there's so many kinds of thinking. They will say nobody will touch, and now Ben Onwuka, what is he? It's not when you make, it's not, what you are trying to say is not when somebody commits a crime outside Biafran mission, something like that, or within the Biafran system.
Okay, let me explain.
Yes.
Let me explain.
Yes.
Is Ben Onwuka one of those in the court?
He's a Biafran.
That's like you.
No, wait, he's a Biafran.
No. Ben Onwuka believes in violence, not in the rule of law.
What the barrister is trying to explain is that the Supreme Council of Elders has gained, through the court process, through the court suit, has gained what is called judicial immunity. And any person, the government of India, people of Biafra, which is the Supreme Council of Elders, and every institution of this body, and everybody that is under the authority of this Supreme Council of Elders is covered by that judicial immunity.
Exactly.
Covered. Excuse me.
Is not under the Supreme Council of Elders.
Okay, there's two. Please, Chinedu, please. Please, there is I want people to get it clear. Ben Onwuka being under the Supreme Council of Elders or not is not known by the police or the people who arrested him. Now, the fact I'm trying to make here is that if you are trying to say if you use Biafra to commit crime, otherwise that cannot save you, because you say under immunity of Biafra, you don't use it to commit crime. Like what I see, what Ben Onwuka did was, there is a crime committed there. But if you use the Biafran name to search, like we have office now, we can move to rallies. There is nothing can happen to you, just unlike the Masop time when people are gathered because they are settling in one place carrying Biafran flags. That's the issues, the differences I want to get. I hope you understand me.
And now, we see why I'm saying this. If Ben Onwuka had brought himself under the Supreme Council of Elders, automatically he would have cooperated and be obedient to the law. he would have taken, because we say we want to use the rule of law, legal method.
Okay.
Want to get this thing by the rule of law. If Ben Onwuka had brought himself under the government, definitely he would have obeyed the rule of law. So he decided not to obey the rule of law, and he removed himself from the Supreme Council of Elders.
Okay.
Because any person under the Supreme Council of Elders must obey the law.
And will not do such a thing that. Yes, and will not do such a thing. Okay.
No, you can't do such a thing. You can't do such a thing at all.
It's understood.
To anarchy. Anything outside the law is anarchy. And therefore, exactly, will not be founded on the foundation of anarchy or mentality or ideology of anarchy. We are law-abiding people, and therefore people should begin now to understand the need for people to act within the confines of the law. And I'm going to make an instance.
Is independence?
I'm going to make
what I'm saying is that independence. What I'm saying is that independence is very easy for us to get if we can cooperate now.
Yes.
You see that. You see what happened in Scotland. I think it must have taught a lot of people lessons. Without shooting any gun, they would have won. Anyway, a lot of things. They would have gone now.
Yes.
Peacefully, they would have gone.
Yes.
But that shows you that every person matters in a struggle, because all the people you say that you don't want in Biafra land, when the time comes for referendum, they may vote against it and vote to remain in Nigeria, because you have frightened them, you have threatened them, you have insulted them, you said they are not good through Biafrans, that you will kill them if you get Biafra. Then on the day of referendum, they will vote to remain in Nigeria.
Yes. It's a
fact. Very much correct on that. And like I try to tell people to understand that when we say we don't subscribe to anarchy. I myself, we are here in Biafra land. We understand that the situation of Biafra people is fear. They are afraid to identify with the movement because they do not understand the legal instruments and powers that back their indigenous identity as Biafra people and their right to be free, their right to independence. Now, in asserting my right, I cannot just be asserting my right by violating the rights of other people.
No, you don't do that.
Of other people. By committing crime in the name of...
No.
For instance, I say I want Biafra. I will go to the market and start shooting people. And then was agreed on Biafra. If people do not agree on that, I will go and start killing people. I will go to the police station and I will start saying I'm taking over the government house. That is illegal. That is and that is the situation of Onwuka. And I believe, sir, you knew the instance of the role of the Supreme Council of Elders in releasing Onwuka before, because I believe this is not the first time he has been arrested. What do you have to say about it? And why is it that the Supreme Council of Elders this time do not want to affiliate themselves with the issue of Onwuka?
Yeah, the first time Onwuka was arrested, it was actually His Royal Majesty, Honorable Justice Ozobu, who spoke to the authorities and pleaded with them, give him a second chance, and released him. And His Royal Majesty warned this boy strictly to remain law-abiding. But this boy continued. I don't know whether he has different advisors or what. He continued. Like Igbos now say that the elders have a duty to advise, and if you don't take their advice, well, whatever you see now you take. So the elders have advised, and he didn't take their advice. So he don't blame the elders now. Let the law take its course. You see?
Yes.
So I don't know what to say about that, because it's already, the matter is there. I think I don't know whether they have started the prosecution or what, but it's so serious because somebody died, 2 people died. One of his own member, one Nigerian. Nigerian police was killed, and then one of Onwuka's men was also killed. So it's like a gun battle which ended in draw game 1-1. This one killed one, the other one killed one. But because life was involved, it's a very serious thing. Oh, that thing is serious. But I don't know how the prosecution will handle the case. I'm not in the matter. But once life has been involved, life is lost. It's something else.
Yes, everybody knows that.
Let's leave it and let's wait and see how it goes.
All right, that is now let us begin a little bit. Let us move away from the line a little bit. Yes, we have understood that the situation of the indigenous people of Biafra and why they have to start the court process in Nigeria is because you cannot take a sovereign country to an international court without starting the jurisdiction process right from Nigeria. Now,
yes.
Let now come because I believe we have ICC and ICJ. Now,
yes.
That ICJ are the people that will handle the issue of self-determination. Then when you come to ICC, what are the legal department of indigenous people of Biafra, which is the Human Rights Initiative? What are their plans to ensure that those criminals that perpetrated the terrorist and war are prosecuted? Because I believe you don't need to take them to ICC. Rather, you take the war criminals to court, and that does not need us to start this from here. What are the plans, and what does it entail for the people to these criminals to the international court?
Now, the two things you said, what does it entail, and then what are the plans? What does it entail, and what are the plans to take the criminals to ICC? Yes, International Criminal Court. Yeah, International Criminal Court, ICC, is for criminals, war criminals, crime against humanity, those who committed war crimes and crimes against humanity. There are so many in Nigeria that should be arrested. Many of them that are still alive. One of them just died, and I cried that he has escaped. But we may actually exhume him and bring out his corpse from the grave when the time comes, because you can't run away. You can't run away from that. That is Benjamin Adekunle. He just died, and in fact, I'm not happy he died. I wanted him to be alive until the day he will be dragged out. But well, he may still be judged in his grave. In fact, he has not escaped. So the fact is that there are procedures and there are things to be done for the matter to start. You see, we are still building up. We are still putting the house of Biafra together. What does it entail? It entails a lot. The civil one we started in Nigeria has cost millions of naira, millions. And this million, who is bearing this burden? Well, I don't want to talk much about that. But somebody said that ndị Igbo anaghị aba moto na-eju ha eju, ọ moto juwe ha abatawa. Moto juwe ha abatawa. But when you are suffering and suffering, they will not join the struggle. You will suffer alone and spend money, your own money, and spend until when you are about to die. Maybe they will now see that things are moving and then now start joining. So that is it. That it has the one we are already doing has cost millions of naira. And well, those of you that are listening to me, you now ask yourself, these millions I'm mentioning, how much did you give to me? Say, Barrister Emeka, please use this and pay court fee. Pay court fee. Just court fee. Use this and help in paying the court fees. Any one of you who has done it, say it now. The people that are listening to me all over the world, any one of you that has said, please use this one and pay court fee or even transport. I'm hearing a lot of things. People are saying that the APC is sponsoring Bilye, Boko Haram is sponsoring Bilye, Governor Richard is sponsoring Bilye. If he's sponsoring Bilye, then why are we suffering? Why don't we have money to pursue this case as we speak? And then we want us to now carry criminals as this civil one, when even the financing this one is difficult. But like I said, we are just trying to build up and put together, put our house in order. The Igbo so now that motor things are now coming together. Hopefully, by the grace of God, I'm hoping that people will begin to show interest and then start to help. Because if they don't help, there are few people that are bearing the burden. It may be too burdensome on them. So I'm praying that God will touch people and they will start helping. So what it entails money. So even start going to international court. Even this one, by the time we even leave Nigeria shores and go to international court, more money will be required. And you will be flying, lawyers will be flying to The Hague in the Netherlands. So, all right. So it's a lot.
So what is saying in essence is that what is intending the government to international court to sue these poor criminals, to take them to just because of what?
Sorry, brothers and sisters, we are having a little break there, but we hope they come back. This is BVI International Europe. As always, watch Kwemana for you here behind the microphone, and we are on our mid-section of a combined service now with the Biafran studio. Yes, I am here. I'm here, and we are back again live. Okay, now we
are waiting for the barrister to make some clarification because he's saying so many things about funding when it comes to moving the movement forward. Because this movement is not run by water; it is run with money, and it is costing us a lot. You and I understand what we are passing through personally, individually, in anchoring these programs, in anchoring these studios. You know that there is no help coming from anywhere, and people are being misled, misinformed to believe that BVI have unlimited access to funds. Let me tell everyone listening that anytime, any day you want the financial activity of BVI, irrespective of the fact that you do not commit a dime towards it, be free to start for it, because whatever time I spend on BVI is money from people and not my money. And anytime anyone that involves his funds, especially the house, we understand that objectives of this target,
we cannot get too clearly. I cannot get you clearly, and if I don't get you, I don't think my people here can get you so much. Are you still talking, or are you done? Because I have some.
I don't know whether the should I call the BVI Germany straight from here?
You can do that. You can do that one more. I think the line is clearer now.
Yeah, it's clearer now.
Okay,
but
I think it's clear now.
Yeah, I want to know something from the barrister. Now we are talking about all these things. This is the legal aspect of the movement. And there's something really going on. And we are talking about BVI Human Rights Initiative being the legal wing, who they are there to protect us so that we don't go astray, and to bring everybody to order. And like we made mention of, we try to make some discussions, we call some names, and we see that we all know that there is something. What is the duty of the BVI Human Rights now? What are they doing to make sure that they get this fumble that is going on within the struggle in order, and to get people who are participating in such attitudes to what do you call it, to justice or something?
I think that the government has solved that problem. If you could know the level we have reached now, I think the problem is that most of us don't know the power. You don't know the powers you have now. Do you know that that thing that the Supreme Council of Elders signed into administrative law is enforceable by the Ndinche? Is enforceable.
Yeah.
If you once you are part of this struggle for independence, once you identify yourself as part of this struggle for independence, you have no other option but to be law abiding. And if you're not law abiding, you can be arrested and handed over to the police for prosecution. And the Ndinche have been empowered to do that. So all these people that are making noise now, if they set their feet down in Nigeria, Ndinche have right to get them arrested and hand them over for prosecution.
Thank you.
The thing is that under the Nigerian law, Ndinche have the right to arrest, but not the right to prosecute.
Okay.
There's a difference between right of arrest and right of prosecution.
Good.
So Ndinche have the right to arrest you, but they cannot prosecute you. They will hand you over to the state police to prosecute, because Nigeria is the state. Ndinche can only arrest but cannot prosecute, but they will arrest you and hand you over to police to prosecute you.
Sorry, confusion there. If they are being arrested, if they are being arrested by German authority, I handed over
Yes.
to Indian authority.
Yes.
Think that German people do not have the customary power to prosecute them, just like the other people.
No. No, listen.
The other people
Listen.
court and prosecute.
I understand. Yes, I understand your question. Your question is very, very brilliant. Very, very brilliant. Now there is something called criminal. In law, there's civil law, there's criminal law, and there's quasi criminal. Now, if somebody commits an offense like stealing, killing, all those things that are provided under the code, under the criminal code, now it becomes an offense against the state. It's a criminal offense. So you don't have right to try criminal offense. You have right to try civil offense, civil matter, civil wrongs. Now, so any matter that requires arrest means that it is criminal. You don't arrest somebody for civil matter, civil offense, or civil wrong. When a fellow Biafran offends you in a civil wrong, you bring the petition to the Supreme Council of Elders, which has now created tribunals. They will create the Elders, they will sit down and judge the case, what we call customary arbitration. Just like it is done in Amala, in the village, Amala.
Yeah.
So, if people are struggling maybe over a piece of land, this is my land, no, this is the boundary. You people are struggling.
I think the barrister is the line has just gone down. We are very sorry about that. We want to have it back. They are still militating against the dilapidated and epileptic.
Hello?
Yeah, barrister is back.
Barrister, go ahead.
Yes, I was saying that I'm using the Amala as an example, where people come to bring complaints against one another. In that case, the Amala, under customary law, will be able to arbitrate and settle that case and settle the matter. But when it becomes a crime, there's a crime like Maduna or kidnap or something. That's what I mean by crime. Then it becomes a matter for arrest, which will now be prosecuted by the state. However, there is also Nigerian law also permits with the leave, what we call the leave of court, even if it's a serious crime, even if it is a murder case, any serious crime. If the parties are in court and then you make an application to the judge that the elders of the land, even though this thing is criminal act, that the elders of the land are worried that this thing involves their children and they will want to settle it in their family. Please, your lordship, the court, grant the leave of court to allow both the complainant, the accused, and to go home and settle this matter. It may be a matter like stealing or something. If the court grants you leave I say, okay, fine. By the order of the court, this matter is, these parties are granted leave to settle this matter out of court. Then you are free now to take it back home to Obieze. Now settle it, even if it is a criminal matter like stealing, fighting. Even fighting is a crime, you know that. Even fighting, injuring somebody maliciously, malicious damage. All these things are crimes. So, but they can as well, by the leave of God, they can be settled by the elders of the land. So I just want us to understand that the Biafran government that is on the ground now is working hand in hand, working in complementary sort of. We are not opposing the Nigerian government. We want independence, but at the same time, we want independence, but we're not fighting against Nigeria in an illegal way. We are fighting in a legal way. You know, it's just like what the Scottish people did. They didn't carry gun to start fighting, shooting gun, but at the same time, they are pressing their need that they want to go. So that is diplomacy. That's wisdom. Okay. So there's nothing wrong if a crime we hand over criminals to the state for prosecution.
Okay, for further clarification, like for instance, now you have it is about customary. There are rules guiding Omedala. That is what Omedala is. Omedala is.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Somebody does something that is against Omedala. Let's say, for instance, in the area of marriage, in the area of marriage.
In the area of what?
Marriage.
Yeah.
Or
marriage, yes.
For the area whereby somebody goes to someone's farm and steal a yam. We understand the difference in the tradition of Biafra.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, with respect to all these things, and you see, you mention of crime. Stealing is a crime. Going into somebody's farm to steal yams is crime. Now, but under customary, will we, the Biafran people, the Biafran government, go down to start saying, yes, if this is a crime, it is stealing, it should be given to the Nigerian court. Then that is one. Then number two.
No, okay. Yes.
Then number two.
Yes.
Taking up arms, that it is illegal. Yes, we understand that there are illegal fighting and there are legalized fights, like when you fight to defend yourself.
Okay, fighting I'm talking about is not the other one. I'm talking about two people fighting or something or injuring somebody on the street.
Now, when you are saying that the Biafran government is not attacking Nigerian government illegally, and we are not using illegal methods, when you want people out there are so concerned that even Nigeria will not let you go physically. What happens should Nigeria try to forcefully bring up aggression against Biafran people? Let Biafran people have their right to defend themselves, and you know, so that I'm not bringing it up on our media, but some people need to understand because malicious people are taking advantage of the fact that we say that we are a level system. We do this in a level process. People are taking the advantage of this. They inform other people that they do not want anything that has to do with war, that we believe that never people should go at night, even if they are being killed. So, you don't make sure that.
Okay. Now, let me explain now. When we talk about rule of law covers everything, including defending yourself. There is what we call the right to self-defense. Right to self-defense. We have the right to defend ourselves. In fact, our Ndinche have the right to carry arms, provided the arms are licensed. Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
Because we have made case that our Ndinche must be armed. They will carry arms, but the arms are licensed and controlled, so that they don't put arms in the wrong person's hands. If you are Ndinche security, Ndinche, then what are you protecting if you are not armed? Our Ndinche must be armed, but the arm we have said it over and over that Biafrans are not afraid to fight. We are not afraid of war. But that every war must be justified and must be done according to the rule of law. There is laws of war, and international diplomacy. Anything that affects Nigeria affects other affects international community, other countries. There are many countries that have invested heavily in Nigeria. America has invested heavily in Nigeria. Britain has invested in Nigeria. France has invested in Nigeria. Russia, China, Canada, also many countries have invested in Nigeria. So before any war will start, we must be careful, make sure that every investment is protected. That means that all these big countries, all these powerful nations that have investments in Nigeria, we must sit down with them if we want to fight a war. We must sit down with them and say, listen, we understand. You have investment, you have this investment, but we assure you that your investments are protected. Otherwise, if you don't give them that assurance and you are starting a war, they will fight against you to protect their investments. Don't you know the scripture is there, the principle is there, that ebe akumadino go bianadi. Where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be. Is it not spiritual principle?
I tend to disagree with you in some aspect there. When you talk about investment population in general, for instance, especially in the liberal areas, where they are having the activities of the oil refineries, you go there and see the kind of impunity and people being committed by these multinational companies, where people are killed on daily basis, where people are being infected with diseases that come from the fields as a result of this oil exploration. Yet, they have done almost nothing to protect these communities. The one justification for these multinational companies are for different people, for the people to protect their investments. But the
yeah, Chinedu, if I may even come in there.
I can understand how you are feeling.
Yes, I understand it too. But you have to think about that you are not talking about yourself now, you are talking about these people, and these people have the right to think and to act their own way, even if they are right or wrong. You understand? You have to think about that. Then you think about your security too. What will make them go against you, whether they are wrong or right doing that, it's not the issue. But the issue is that they are coming against you, and when they come against you, they suppress you. That's where you have to be thinking about. So that's where you're going to be concerned about how you make your negotiations in order to make them, even you will cancel deals. You, in this aspect, when you are going into a new nation, there's a lot of deals that have to change, and that is why you go into this negotiation the barrister is talking about. Because
I understand why I brought up this issue. Why I brought up this issue is for us to now talk issue on aspect of the need for the diplomatic department, because the diplomatic department has not truly been activated. Like what we discussed on air about the consolidation of Biafran movement, that all the people, all the groups will take up their own position in order to serve Biafran people in a cohesive manner, working in synergy. Nigeria. I believe Britain is biting the teeth on why they deny the Islamic fundamentalists in the north against even the Christians who they even brought Christianity to. Now, the situation the world have found on themselves with the situation of Nigeria, nobody loves its investment to go down. What is happening in Nigeria, what has transpired in the Niger Delta areas all these years, have affected the economic activities and interests of many countries, especially the Boko Haram, which multinational company would like to do business. The reason why this Boko Haram is still having this is because why these countries are not yet coming in full because it is happening in the north. And most of their investment when it comes to oil is in the south and in petrol land. That is why they are kept mute. You don't want to do anything while people are being killed. Now, when we're talking about Biafran people being free, yes, they don't have anything they benefit from Nigeria as well at this stage. Now, if you are asking that you want to be free, if you are saying that you want to be free from Nigeria, what are you bringing to the table? What happens to our investment that you have in your land? That is where negotiation comes in. That is where diplomacy comes in. And that is why we must, as a matter of importance, begin now to consolidate that diplomatic department. And I believe we have capable hands that can do it. And there are groups of Biafran people who are yet to be integrated. And this group is very, very important to be integrated to take on solely the diplomatic movement of Biafran people to ensure that it is well coordinated all over the world so that the people that have interest in Nigeria will all be brought in. That is what we're talking about. I think I've made my point.
Yeah, we got the point. The diplomatic mission you are talking about has already commenced. The Supreme Council of Elders has sent delegates to some countries, and we have also received some responses from some countries, powerful countries. So these are not the things I will be talking about or mentioning the names of the countries. But even if as I'm saying it now, I know that Nigerian government will also be hearing me. Yes, it's not a secret. Some powerful countries have responded to our invitations, our letters, and our friendly requests. So there's nothing wrong with that. If I decide to make friends with powerful countries, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's even a credit that some powerful countries are responding to Biafran letters. It's a credit. I know that this thing I have said now, Nigerian government will begin to wonder which countries have responded. I will not tell you, but there are some that have responded.
Thank you very much.
We have someone on the line. I think you have someone that just came in. Hello? We can't hear you, please. Barrister, please continue.
So the diplomatic work is going on, and this is very, very important. Like Chinedu just mentioned, no country is perfectly independent in the sense that we all depend on one another. So even when Biafra gets their independence from Nigeria, they will still be friends with Nigeria if Nigeria remains so. Because I have always said that the Biafran dream is not to destroy Nigeria. No, we are not destroying any country. We want to be independent. So when we are independent, if Nigeria wants to rule themselves, if anything happens to Nigeria, it's not our fault. But we are not destroying Nigeria, never. That is not our
That's not our goal.
Vision, not at
Yes.
all. Not at all. So that if any person is talking that way, please, that is not our vision at all. We just want to go. Just like Israel left Egypt. Just like Bangladesh, Pakistan, they left India. Just like Eritrea left Ethiopia. So we also want to leave Nigeria. If we leave Nigeria and Nigeria disintegrates and dies, it's not our fault. So, but if Nigeria remains, they will still be our friends. We'll still be interacting. And the fact is that when Biafra is born, it is like being born in a family in the West African sub-region. So automatically Biafra becomes a member of the ECOWAS. you will travel to Nigeria without a visa, You don't need visa to go to Nigeria. Nigeria does not need visa to come to you. Just like you go to Ghana without visa because the West African sub-region. Because under the ECOWAS treaty, we have freedom of movement within West Africa. So some people are thinking that when we get independent, you use visa to go to Nigeria. No, Nigeria has freedom to move into Biafra because we're all under ECOWAS treaty, ECOWAS in West Africa. We have right freedom of movement within West Africa. You don't need visa. So people should understand this thing that it's like a family. It's not something we have to kill ourselves. It's like a family. When a child grows up, you show him his own portion of land and he will build his own house. Now, in Igbo land, when a boy grows up to maturity, you show him Alobi, where he will go and build his own house and be on his own. So Biafra has grown up. Therefore, Biafra should be allowed to settle and be on his own.
Barrister, I'm sorry to cut you short in there when we talk about Biafra is growing up. I don't think Biafra is growing up because Biafra is older than Nigeria itself.
I understand what you mean. When I'm talking about growing up, it's just like
I know you understand what we're saying, but for the benefit of our listeners, so that people don't, our people's mind be so polluted that everything is misconstrued. So we need to make our people understand it critically, so that they don't misconstrue. There are people in their understanding. That is just what I'm trying to say. Then, when it comes to the issue of mandatory association, for instance, when Biafra becomes free, just because Biafra is in the West African region, then automatically they must be part of what you call it, ECOWAS. If the relationship will not benefit Biafra people, then you tell me, who is against any relationship with West African countries or some countries which our relationship is not by force. Relationship and friendship is not by force. Just like the UK, it's just because of the other year, it's not long that UK joined the European Union. Even they find out why they refuse to surrender their currency. And even they are even accepting to pull out again from the EU. So, what is being a bill in a particular religion does not mandate that you must be a member of that regional government. No, it's not a must.
Alright, now listen. I agree with you now.
I think that people are asking is what happens to Biafra if we regain our independence, our freedom, because we're not talking about getting independent. Regaining our freedom that has been held bound since 1884 after the circumference. We regain our freedom as a nation and stand out again as an independent nation, the way it was before the advent of colonization. Fine. Will we ever be part of the what they call the Commonwealth? To me personally, as an individual, if you ask me, I'm not going to put other people. But my own personal opinion, Biafra people should have nothing to do with Commonwealth. You know why? Because Biafra was never colonized by Britain as a nation. Rather, they colonized what they call Nigeria.
Okay, that's okay. Now, you see, I understand your argument. It was Nigeria that Britain colonized. I understand your argument. But you see, you weigh the options. Which option would be favorable to us? If we get, by God's grace, when we get independence, and we have option to be in ECOWAS or to pull out of ECOWAS, you now have to weigh the advantages and disadvantages. If you pull out of ECOWAS, then for you to visit any country, you have to go with visa. You have to apply for visa. From Biafra land to Nigeria or to Cameroon or to Ghana, you have to go and get visa. And the problem of securing visa may be difficult for you, but freedom of movement seems to be better, and there are other benefits in a sub-region, like here in the EU, European Union. Countries move into one another. People go from one part of the European Union to another You don't need visa. You can live anywhere you are in the European Union. So it makes transaction, business flow easily. So it is, well, until when we get there, it is the leaders of Biafra that will decide whether they will be in ECOWAS or they want to pull out. When they weigh the advantages and disadvantages, they will take the best option. But like I said, until when we get there, before let us first get independence. Then we now decide how to structure our polity. That's my advice.
Thank you very much. I don't think other people around that wants to make their own contribution. I know this has been a very wonderful and exciting and educational series tonight. Barrister, we are very grateful to have you here. If you are out there listening, you can call us through our Skype line. Our Skype line is open. You can call either through the German Skype line. That is Biafra Team. I will encourage you to call through German Skype line. That's Biafra C or BVI Europe. And make your submission. Or you call our direct line plus 2348104207522. Plus 2348104207522. Here on the studio, we still have Barrister. Barrister, thank you for much of your clarification. I don't know if somebody else want to make a contribution or maybe throw some light to what the Barrister said, or want to ask Barrister some other questions.
Well, if there are other people who have questions, I would like to take the questions. Yes. Please, always in your broadcast, always remind the people of the Human Rights Conference that is coming in December, the AGM for all indigenous people of Biafra. The government of Biafra is organizing the conference, Human Rights Conference for all indigenous people of Biafra. Let them come together under the Supreme Council of Elders in Biafra land. This time around, I think they are trying to invite all the governors in the East to come to the Biafran conference. You see, I have told you that Biafra is for all of us. This is, if eventually we get to the level of referendum, you can see that every person is required, because the vote of that person you are despising and neglecting may change everything. So we need everybody to say yes. We need to carry every person along to say yes. Therefore, please, let us have a change of mind and begin to preach peace among Biafrans. But peace, when we're talking about preaching peace, peace with orderliness. Any person that is disorderly and any person that is disorderly and lawless, the law is there to catch up with him. We will discipline the person according to the law. And our customary law allows us to give customary punishment. Sometimes sometimes so a lot of things are done. And you want something new, and then do something. Then we have a way of doing things in our customary law to instill discipline among the people. So please continue to advertise it. Let people know that the elders convening this human rights conference that will be held in Owerri in December. So let people begin to prepare and book their tickets for December. All Biafrans all over the world, please come home to Biafra land. There is no war. We are not fighting. If the Nigerians raise any bullet against us, we can also retaliate. I have told you that right of self-defense is human right. Right of self-defense is human right. If somebody wants to kill you, you have right to kill him first, because if you don't kill him, he will kill you. You have heard me. So when people are saying that Billy and the indigenous people of Biafra, we don't believe in self-defense, it's a lie. We believe in self-defense. If somebody is coming with machete to cut off your neck, are you going to give him your head to cut it off? No. You resist him. You resist him and defend yourself. And in the course of defending yourself, if you overpower him and kill him, fine. But you don't have the intention to kill him. The intention is to defend yourself. But in the process of defending yourself, if the man dies, fine. You have no guilt. You see? Yes, any death that arises by accident or by self-defense is not you are not criminally responsible for it.
All right, the caller on phone, please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Please, you stay with us there, because there are some questions that are coming up that you need to make clarifications on. The color of phone.
That's all right.
The color of phone, please, your name and where you're calling us from, please. You are welcome on the show, on the program tonight. Steve, that is the Director of Operations for BVI. Welcome to the program. Please, what's your submission with regard to all that have been said? Or if you have a question to throw, the barrister is right here. And if you have something to talk with respect to human rights and legal matters when it comes to Biafran agitation. Sorry? Okay, we'll ask you just later. You're welcome to the program. Now, barrister, to you again. What we are talking about what is setting Biafran people back in this agitation. You made the previous and a very, very concerned appeal or with a clear I don't know how to put it, but you are very, very clear that it is fund that has been keeping Biafran people from getting their required justice. Now, going to the international court to obtain justice for more than 3.5 million civilians, women and children that were murdered by the criminal Nigerian army who prosecuted genocide. And we know very well that some countries were culprits with regards to that we have some concrete evidence to prove our case. The situation of the government funding and all aspects like the diplomatic mission, the defense, whatever activity that we're doing to find the huge fund. And there is one thing, and how do you think that Biafran people how do you think that Biafran people will get confidence to fund this movement? When you what some people have done in the past, especially one Masonki under was and as well, what these guys are doing now, trying to replace Biafran people, trying to undermine the authority of the Supreme Council of Elders, trying to say that that the people of Biafra customary government does not have any right to exist. Now, what do you have to say? Especially the issue of registering our national identity. I'm not come to that yet. Registering our national identity as a liability company. What do you think of it? And what do we as Biafra people have the right? Do we as Biafra people have the right to challenge that atrocity committed against our own identity?
Well,
Nope. We really don't want you people to go right now, please. We hope we'll get them back. The barrister, you have to start again from wherever you are. Just saying now because I can't get you.
Clarification to the question that you were there.
Barrister, are you there? My studio is here, but the barrister, okay, the barrister is back now. Is he back? I don't think so. The barrister is calling for another number. He's coming back, I think. Oh. He wants to call from my own studios.
Anywhere because he take the call. You are listening. We are on the human rights and legal matters when it comes to the movement of indigenous people of Biafra. And the current issue that we're talking right now is someone somewhere register the identity of our nationhood, our race as a people, as a limited liability company. What we are asking the solicitor, what right do we have to challenge that? For me, if I say that I am we are a nation, then someone went and registered.
We are going to cut them off now. We try to get the barrister on this very line and try to get back to them. That's how we're going. Brothers and sisters, you please bear with me. If we get the barrister through this very angle, we'll try to connect back to the Biafran studios. But I don't know why the barrister is not answering. I don't know why the barrister is not answering. I should be going the other way to find them. I don't know. Let me see. This is. If I can get him.
Barrister, hello.
The barrister is not there. I tried to connect the barrister.
On this issue because I believe our listeners would like to understand all these things.
Wait, I see whether I can be able to get the barrister on the line here. That's what I've been trying to do. I don't know why it's not been possible. So that I can carry you people. Okay, he come. He's back now. Barrister, can you hear? Can you hear me? Hello? The barrister is
the line has gone down again. Now, let us continue to Steve on board. Please tell us what's your opinion on this issue with regards to someone releasing our identity.
The line is very, very bad. I can't hear Stephen. What I do is I try to get this guy, the barrister. Then I connect them. That's the only way I can do it better. Let's see whether it goes. The barrister should pick it up. Hello? Hello, barrister. I think I have him. Hello? Barrister, can you hear me? You can't hear me, I don't know why. Brothers and sisters, okay. Why? Hello? We cannot get Stephen at all. I don't know if you get what he's saying, but we cannot get him at all. I don't know why he don't call with Sky. If you...
we have the number here. Let us see if we can get him right here.
Let me see if I can get him. Wow, everybody is gone. Brothers and sisters, sorry for that. But we are still on and we are live and we are moving on. We are catching up. We are really going to get them back no matter what. Yeah, they are calling us back now, brothers. What do I do?
Company, and they have right to do their business because every limited liability company has what is called Article of Association and Memorandum of Association. So that one will not detail the things they do as a limited liability company. So they have right to do their business. So, well, if you sue them, they will tell you that they are a duly registered company. And they are right, they are a company, registered company. It's different from the country called Biafra. We did not blow Biafra. It's not a company. We are a people. So, maybe they know why they decided to make it a company. It's up to them. But like what I can say, that you cannot sue them for making it a company.
But barrister, excuse me, please. If I should come in, I don't think it is proper when an individual uses the name of his uses it as a name of a company. that is not a problem. But
Yeah.
when he uses it as a name of a company, calling for the same thing we are calling for, and using it now to defraud people, if we should use that language, and threatening people, what do we have to do about it to defend our own name that is being drawn to the mud?
In addition to what you are saying, in line with that question, I would like to make an addition to it so that you can address it properly. Now, this that he has a memorandum of operation or whatever you just call it in the law, that
memorandum of association and article. Every company has memorandum of association and articles of association. Every company has it.
Now, with regards to that article of memorandum, I believe it has nothing to do with presenting traditional people to self-determination. I mean,
no, that's not a business now.
Now, the people is being that is using that name, that word, to defraud people, which is, I know, there is a country that legalize law, that legalize the act of defraud. Because when you register a company and you make people to have the impression that the wrong impression that you register indigenous people of Biafra in United Kingdom, and they should now be contributing their own donation to the Biafra cause as a nation. Understand these two things. He registered a company, a business liability company. Now, and using it for a different purpose. Biafra people to make money into the world of the indigenous people of Biafra Limited. Making people to believe that they are channeling the money into the world of a nation. A nation, just like you say, that we are a nation, not a business. Now, there is no have to the British government that someone registered an identity name with our identity as a company, and is asking our people out there to donate money into it with respect to accepting for themselves in their examination and whatever activities. Now, not only that, our people are paying money into that account. The reason that it is the government of the indigenous people of Biafra, which the government is in Nigeria, in Biafra land. And people are led to believe that they have an account for the indigenous government, the indigenous people of Biafra. That is the account they will open. And that is the account that is being used to run this business. And people are donating the money there. They have to provide or prove their transactions, the businesses that they have undergone, the businesses that they have transacted with that money, and see account of how the money that goes into that account, get into that account, the transaction that they make, that is to make use of that account, that is one. Then, after that, we're now talking about the registration of the indigenous people of Biafra in the United Nations as they claim. Because we know the eligibility of the that have been passed out by the United Nations or other people to adopt people under the Consultative Council or Consultative Forum of the people. Now, this indigenous people of Biafra Limited are so claimed by these malicious people that they have been just people of Biafra.
Barrister, did you get him? How are you there?
I didn't get the line. I didn't get what he said now.
Yeah, me too. I didn't get that too.
Can you make it clearer to me?
I did not even get it too.
On the basis of using the people of Biafra to destroy the name of the people of Biafra Limited, a guide that their people are paying them money for Biafra government. That they don't know that they are paying them money into the defense company. And someone went further
Limited, the one that they registered as limited liability company, is not in consultative status of ECOSOC. Not. It is not. It is not even qualified to be there now because there are a number of years you spend and there are things to be done before you qualify. It's only this year, by the 31st of December, we have entered when we entered 2014, that BVI qualified a number of years and then submitted our application for us to be considered for admission into the consultative status of ECOSOC. So there are a number of years you will be as a civil society organization. That is as a civil society organization within the within the United Nations.
The line is not coming up. The barrister is not coming up fine. I don't know why. The line is not coming properly.
Apply for consultative status. At the moment, it is only BVI that has attended that. So the people that registered in the Biafra Limited have not.
The line has gone off. I can't hear you, barrister. In case you come back, you have to come from the last 3 or 5 even minutes this time, because I see that the lines are gone completely. I would have loved to control these calls, but this guy doesn't give me the chance. Hello, barrister, can you answer me now? Can you answer me first? Why can't I get the barrister first? The lines are bad, brothers and sisters. Those guys even left the question Chinedu from the question to another different thing altogether. That was not the first question I wanted him to answer. It's unbelievable. Where can I get these people? My brothers and sisters, I lost them all. I don't know why. All of them have to go. This is not working. The network is completely bad. I don't know from where, but from the barrister I'm supposed to have him is in London here. So barrister, if you're there, please answer me now before we continue. It's not answering. The actual voice is coming back and they're having themselves. This is BVI International Europe. We are sorry for all these short interruptions. Barrister, are you there? Nobody. All the lines are dead. Brothers and sisters, we don't know why. I think they are calling me instead of me calling them. This is what I'm talking about.
It's the work of the media and publicity work. You know, I was telling them that they are too much. They were very, very good in that aspect of.
Hello, barrister. We couldn't get you right here. And Steve, what do you have to say while we wait for barrister to connect? And now I hope Jama's video is right here with us.
We are here. There was a question that was thrown to the barrister. I threw a question, you added your own question, and you drove him to another complete point altogether. This is unbelievable. I asked a question. Have that question been answered?
What is the question? What's the question, please?
I don't know, but I know that was not the issue again. Chinedu said he wanted to add a
What's the
little to.
question?
I don't know if I can get it right here, but I know that he drove away from the question completely to a different side. I don't know where you people are now anymore.
We are very sorry. Please try to remind us, please. We are sorry. What is the question? We are trying to remember.
The question he asked was that Biafra people, what right do we have to sue the people that is using the people of Biafra for the different purpose that they are using it?
Okay. I understand now. I understand. You know, the fact that you can do something does not mean you should. The fact that you can do something does not mean you should do it. So, yes, we can rise up and file suits and fight, but should we? You have to think about the effect. What effect does it have? I know as youths, some of the youths are bubbling with zeal to do one thing or the other. But some of us who have seen years and have seen things, we think twice and think of the consequences. We think before we act. Some act before they think. But we think before we act. Yes. Going ahead now, filing suits against Indigenous People of Biafra Limited, we can, but should we? I have seen some letters they have written to Nigerian government, asking Nigerian government to revoke the license of BVI Human Rights Initiative. And I keep wondering, what do they want to achieve? And look at the contradiction. These are the people who said Nigeria has expired. And yet they are writing to the expired country to take action against BVI Human Rights Initiative. So I looked at the whole thing and said, is this not childishness?
I received another one this morning again. Iruanya or what?
I lived through the war. I passed through the war as a boy. And
yeah, I said this morning to. I received. Yeah, I'm hearing you. I am live. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You don't hear me. I don't know.
hello?
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I said this morning to. I received a mail, a bundle of four sheets of documents. Yes, I said this morning I received 4 sheets of documents in my email from Iruanya. They call him Clifford. So is an email that he wrote again to the same Nigerian government why BVI Human Rights Organization is a terrorist organization. That's what the caption of this very mail I told you. He wrote it to me, you know. He sent it to me. It's a document with a letter-headed paper of the Indigenous People of Biafra, RBL. He said why they prove that BVI Human Rights is a terrorist organization.
I got it.
You got that one? This one I received it this morning. It's not about.
I saw it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So it's to
Yes,
know,
I saw it.
are we going to let these people take money on our name, destroy the various foundation, and keep doing this? When is it going to stop? When is the end of this? When can Biafrans be one, like you said? When can we be able? Not this man is the problem. The problem is our people behind him. Like you said, we need everybody on board. Are we going to leave these people behind and allow them to be the danger to damage the struggle? I have tried my best
Uh,
to call for
um,
peace, for call for Chinedu, for
um,
unity. Chinedu has
my,
done his
my
best.
advice,
I don't know.
my advice is that, yeah, my advice is, well, my advice is patience. You know, listen, I know that some people ask me, why don't you respond? Why would you respond? What do you want to, why would you do this and do that? We say, no, listen. So you will see what will happen. Just watch. Just leave everything. God is working. Just leave everything. God is at work. Now, despite all the things they are writing against BVI Human Rights Initiative, the human rights organization is waxing strong and they're bringing Biafran teachings all over Nigeria. Biafrans are now free to even talk about Biafra and even learn it in the universities, in the schools, the lectures. Chinedu is there and his colleagues, they are.
Sorry there, we missed him. This is a wonderful night, and I hope God. Yeah, I'm live. I don't know if the barrister is there. Please respond.
Yes, now we join very soon. Let us open up the floor for Steve Iman to make his own contribution, because in that document that is being circulated today, tagging the Human Rights Initiative as a template group, I would like to bring onto the notice of the barrister. Hello, barrister?
Yes, I was saying that my advice is just be patient. God is working for us. Despite the accusations they are making against BVI Human Rights, that we are a terrorist organization or that we are this and that, and despite that, God is still using this organization to spread the gospel of Biafra to everywhere. The universities, the campuses, they have embraced the Biafran struggle. And Chinedu is on the ground with his colleagues, organizing lectures, Biafran lectures in the universities, the campuses, and the students are embracing these things. And gradually now, Biafran history will start being taught in the universities and in the campuses. So let us allow it. They are accusing us. Let us leave them. Let them continue to accuse us. You see something that is going to happen very soon. People's eyes will open, and people will know the truth, and the truth shall set them free.
The barrister, you have spoken, your submission there is very clear, and I believe our listeners have heard it. But barrister, there is this document that is being circulated, and it's a big concern. And Biafra, the Human Rights Commission, as a legal body, as a legal entity, must rise up to challenge this. Because even if you ignore every other one, you will not have to ignore this one. Because
which one? Which one is that? Which one? Which one?
In the document, these mistrust are saying and circulating information to Nigerian government that the Human Rights Initiative is a terrorist group.
All right. So you want us to respond to that one?
We have to not give. I'm not because this is BVI, that is the bigger handle. And we are all
okay.
As an indigenous people. Now, you are the solicitor and the initiator of the Human Rights Initiative and the legal department of the people of Biafra. Now, your report is on the
Doctor.
All right. All right. The thing is this: those of you in the media, since they are using the media, you also use the media to correct the falsehood. But I'm telling you something that, you see, the petition they wrote, the petition they wrote, they sent it to the Nigerian government, federal government of Nigeria, telling them that Bilie is a terrorist organization and telling them so many things against Bilie. Fine. It is actually Nigeria that should now arrest the trustees of Bilie, arrest the trustees and say, oh, you have created a terrorist organization. So we are waiting for Nigerian government to arrest us. And then when they arrest us, they now bring the complainant. When a complainant makes a complaint or petition, when the case comes up, the complainant will come out and be what is called PW1, prosecution witness 1, PW2, PW3, depending on how many witnesses they have. So the prosecution witnesses, Iruanya and the others, will become PW1, PW2, PW3, the prosecution witnesses. They will stand in court to testify against the defendant, the accused. They will testify against us. So let Nigeria now arrest us and arraign us in court and start prosecuting, and then invite the complainants, the prosecution witnesses, Clifford Iruanya and the others, who will now stand as PW1, PW2, PW3 to now testify against us. So it's not our case. It is Nigeria that should arrest us now. That is the issue. It's not our case. Let Nigeria arrest us and try us for being terrorist organization.
Can I come in here, please? Please, you have the floor. I have the floor. You have the floor. And the problem we have is we are really giving people to power. The chance of the campaign something that is legal. You know, it's a legal issue that sometimes we might not know how to handle it. The legal arm of the struggle comes into it to educate
I cannot hear anything any longer. I don't know who can hear who. Hello, I did not get any. Is the barrister there? Hello, barrister, are you there?
Hello, yes, I didn't hear what the Steve Ipa was saying.
Yes, for.
Yeah, I didn't hear what he was saying. I didn't hear. Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you more than hear you as well. What Steve was asking was asking whether now the British government has given us a recognition to open up an office as a correspondent for the indigenous people of Biafra body or nation, or the people of Biafra to have their office of correspondence. What is the implementation on Tuesday when some people are already registered in some people of Biafra limited as a company within the country?
Barrister, did you hear that?
No, there's no problem. There's no problem at all.
Why do you think so?
Barrister, I think on this very issue, we have to go back and think again very well, because I think nobody. Hello?
It's not a problem.
Why do you think so, please? The one who like to
Indigenous Blood Biafra Limited is a company, and so the one, it's not a problem at all.
you mean
It's not a problem now, because it's not a problem because there are two different. Hold on. It's not a problem. It's two different things. One is Indigenous Blood Biafra Limited. They have their own name and their own where they are registered office. They have. If you go to company's house, you check and you see their registered address and their office and those that are behind them. You know that. Then the office of Indigenous People of Biafra also is different.
Barrister, nobody. I think there is something here that is not very clear and cannot be so clear to people, because this is somebody who is using the same name, come from the same place, register his company under that same name, running in that one same country, under the same, with the same cause of actualizing Biafra, and going all over the world preaching and God. Hello?
Yes, I was saying that.
Barrister?
I was saying that.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
But
Yes, I was saying that the
Yes.
two are different. One is Indigenous Blood Biafra Limited, and they have their registered address, or they have. If you go to company's house and make a search, you will know the details about them. The other one is the office of Indigenous Blood Biafra, and it also has its registered address and its objects for registration, what it is for, an office of Indigenous Blood Biafra that that corresponds with other countries, the governments of the other countries, as well as British government, and interacts with them on behalf of the people of Biafra. So it's a different thing. So any person who wants to join the company, the limited liability company, is free to join, to follow them. So I don't want to stop them. They let them decide whether to follow the company or to follow the Biafran nation. So it's a choice.
we Biafran people, Barrister, Biafran people is at war with a company, and we allow this company to tarnish our image and say that we are fake. The real Biafran people are fake, and take money and dupe people in the name of Biafran people, who we are, and we leave it to go, and they say there's nothing we do about it. It's a different thing. Wait, Chinedu, please.
Let me tell you something. Indigenous People of Biafra Limited is a company that can sue or be sued, and they have money now. From what I understand, the people they have a lot of money. I saw what their director wrote the other time, calling us poverty-stricken scumbags. That is, we are poor and wretched. Well, no problem. God will help us. But I understand that Indigenous People of Biafra Limited has a lot of money. They have made money. People, they have a lot of money.
So what?
So,
The money, sir. Please, let us be very specific. Where did they make the money? Because that is our point of challenging them.
Yes.
They are using our life
This is to make a lot of money and to fight us, and we do nothing about it.
Okay, hold on. You see, you see, before I go to court, I do what is called case analysis. Before I go to court, I am sure I will win. I have never lost a case before. Because before I go to court, I make sure I will win. I take time to build up my case and everything required, and I make sure I don't lose any case. If I begin to battle with any person, I'm sure I will win. So I don't make mistakes in going to war. Never. Fine. I'm telling you that this is a limited liability company. When you fight against them now, what are you going to say? That they defrauded you. Now the law is clear. It is the person who was defrauded that should bring a complaint that he has been defrauded. If any one of you, those of you that are talking with me now, if you are the one who paid money you paid money believing that you were paying to Biafra, and then you found out that you paid it to a wrong place, then fine, come and consult me and I will take up the case. It's fraud. But if you are happy paying it to them, then you have no case. It is the person who has been defrauded that should bring a case. That the person will not start crying, hey, I have been defrauded. Then we will listen to you and I will take up the case. So
Okay.
which of you now is saying that he has been defrauded? Which person? Let the person come out.
A lot of people are ready. If you want that, barrister, I tell you, a lot of people will be writing their names up now to come as the people to say they have been defrauded. If that is what is going to start up something, I promise you that you will have it.
If I get such people, if I get such now, then the case begins. Because I don't fight and lose. I have never lost any case. I don't lose any case.
And we have so many evidence to prove that these people continue to defraud our people with our name, recorded evidences, and creating anarchy among our people with our name.
Fine.
We have recorded evidence we can produce.
Any person who says he has been defrauded, let him come and bring evidence that he was defrauded. Because as far as we are concerned, as far as the law is concerned, Indigenous People of Biafra Limited is a genuine company formed to do business in England.
But not to
if you think that the company had defrauded you, then bring the evidence.
Well, we are saying more, and I believe that you will know much better. We don't have to press further on this. You have made a wonderful enlightenment on these issues, and all the other people out there are listening, and I believe we have gotten a lot of information from today's edition. Barrister, we very, very much appreciate the time you are giving to Biafra people every Friday to say
I'm very happy to be part of you, to be one of you, to be your brother. I'm glad, and I will be here by the grace of God, God keeping us alive every Friday between 8 and 9. I will be with you in the studio. God bless you very much.
Thank you very much, Barrister. You're welcome.
Before you go finally, I don't know if there are other questions that are coming up. I would like you to tell different people because they are asking this question.
Yeah, please, there's a call coming in here. Can we take this call? Maybe it's for the barrister. Let's take this call first of all. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening. Please, can you please introduce yourself and carry on if you have any question or anything to say?
Yeah, this is Nnabuike Nadid. I'm calling from London. I just wanted to add to what Barrister Emeka said. You see, the thing is just simple. Somebody can go to Nigeria now and establish a company and call us Indigenous People of Scotland Limited, or call it Indigenous People of Australia Limited. You can even open a company here in United Kingdom and call it Indigenous People of Biafra International Limited. For the fact that the name does not exist in the company house, they will approve it. Now it is left for those who have already known that this is a limited company and they're still paying him money. You understand? That means it is because of that is their own foolishness and stupidity. Because they have come to know that this company is a limited liability company. The document is everywhere, Facebook everywhere. People have it has been circulated. So anyone that doesn't know and continue to pay money to Indigenous People of Biafra Limited, that is his own business. Like what Barrister Emeka said, yes, if there were people who thought they were actually paying money genuinely for Biafran struggle, those people can sue, can come out and contact him. It's as simple as that. Because if you take Indigenous People of Biafra Limited to court, they can go there and claim that the registered company, their job is to educate Biafran people on their history, and people pay them voluntarily. They are not forcing people. And you cannot win them. That is it. But if you can prove, I'm not a lawyer, if you can prove that they actually said they are representing your nation and they collected money based on their brokers and take it to court and tender your evidence, the money you've been paying, then that is when the person have a case. I think this is my own submission.
Thank you very much, my brother dear. Thank you. That was a wonderful submission. They are coming now in support of what the barrister said. For those of us there outside who knows more or who knows less, it's all our consumption. So Chinedu, now you can still go on now if you have something to say or any other question, or anybody who is out there. Our lines are open, like you all know. You can call in from this very minute. I don't think the barrister have more than 5 to 10 minutes anymore to stay with you. So you can call in now to make the final questions before we go for this very evening. Chinedu, over to you now.
Thank you very much, I appreciate you and all our listeners from the studios in Germany and all our listeners right here. It has been a very long and wonderful and eye-opening episode. Where people understand the level aspect of their problem. It's very, very important that people understand all these things. And people are thinking, but I cannot take it for it is one of
Sorry, I've tried to take that. Ndubisi, are you there? Yeah, you make me lost them. And now I cannot hear you. Let me go back again and see if I can get them back. I was back there. Hello, I'm just joining again now. We got cut off for some little moment. So I don't know if you're hearing me. Please
There
confirm.
was no time Nigeria was dragged out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Since the war ended in 1970, up to the time BVI Human Rights dragged Nigeria to court on behalf of the Biafrans, no other person had dragged Nigeria to court. So the dispute between Biafra and Nigeria was swept under the carpet and nobody wanted to talk about it. For 40-something years after the war, until BVI Human Rights now dragged Nigeria out. Because all these years it was not possible because the Biafran struggle was not properly structured. No legal entity that can sue or be sued on behalf of Biafra. So the BVI Human Rights is the first organization in Nigeria for the Biafrans to bring Nigeria to book, to justice. We know that the case is not yet over. But the fact that
We can't get you very well, Barrister. Hello? Hello? We can't get you very well here, please. It's unfortunate we can't get the barrister very good. I can't get the barrister very well. We can't hear you, barrister. The line is bad, brothers and sisters, but we hope to come back again to get them. Although we are almost coming to the end of the program tonight, but as long as the guests are there, we continue to keep trying to be online. But it's unfortunate the lines are very bad. We can't get connected. So the lines are very bad. Brothers and sisters, I think with that we were trying to see if it's possible we get the barrister back again before they can say good night. But it's becoming unfortunate. Everything is just turning out to prove abortive. Let me see if I can get them. Then we can just call it a night for today. Trying to get back the barrister now, or we try to get back our sister network station in Biafra land to see if he's carrying the doctor alongside, because they might be together. No replies coming from there. So, brothers and sisters, it's quite a pity that the show have to come to an end in such a manner, but everything that's got a beginning has to end somehow, someday, sometime. So this is the time that this very show has finally come to an end, by the or if I should extend it for some minutes, I don't know. I still have the heart to do it at any time if this very network permits. But if it's not happening to get our people back, of course We've got enough education tonight. We'll be closing the show, and for those of you who would like to see it again, for those of you who are just joining in from the middle, we'll be putting it back as soon as we close down. For you, there was a barrister who explained a lot of issues, a lot of arguments, a lot of all what has been going around, questions and answers he gave. So, brothers and sisters, tonight we have finally come to the end of this very show. Thanks to you all who have made this a wonderful show tonight. Tomorrow we'll be right back again here to be with you and to also think alongside with you, take your opinions, your own decisions, our own decisions and opinions, everything, mix it together to try to build the best out of it. We are saying thank you for being with us this night, and God bless you. See you again tomorrow.